Welcome to Recipe 1. Hello, Workbot. For our first Slack bot, we will build a simple bot that can respond to you based on a command. In this case, when you say, "Hello, Workato Workbot," the bot will reply, "Hello, how are you?" Let's go to your Workato account and click Create New Recipe on the upper right-hand corner of the page. First, name this recipe Hello, Workbot. Next, select the starting point as Trigger from an app and click on Start Building. Let's define the trigger event, since the trigger is based on a command in Workbot. Let's first search and select the Workbot for Slack application. Next, select the trigger event, New Command. We will need to connect Workato to your Slack account. Simply give a connection name and click Connect. Next, authorize the connection between Workato and Slack. Once done, you will need to define the trigger command. In order to command the bot, you will need to provide 3 keywords under App, Command Action, and Action Data. For example, Hello Workato Workbot. First, let's put Hello in the App section. Since Hello is not in the app list, change list to Enter Custom Value, then type in Hello. Second, let's put Workato in the Command Action section. Since Workato is also not in the action list, change the list to Enter Custom Value, then type in Workato. For the third keyword, let's put Workbot in the Data section. Same as above, since Workato is also not in the data list, change the list to Enter Custom Value, then type in Workbot. You are also required to provide a command hint. In this case, let's put in bot1 as the hint. Once done, let's move on to defining the action. Click on the plus sign and select Action in an app. Since the Slack bot is required to reply us when we say Hello Workato Workbot, we will need to use Workbot for Slack and select Post Command Reply. Next, we can define the reply that the bot is going to give. Go to Message Text and define the reply as Hello, how are you? And we are done. Click on the Save button and exit the recipe editor. Now we are ready to start the recipe. Click on the Start Recipe button at the upper right-hand corner of the page. When the recipe is started, Workato is constantly monitoring for trigger events to perform the set of actions that you have defined. Now we are ready to go to Slack to test our Workbot. In Slack, you will see Workbot under Apps. Click on Workbot and provide the command, Hello Workato Workbot. Workbot should reply to you with, Hello, how are you? Now, if we want the bot to collect some information about us before the reply, you can simply modify the recipe. First, stop the recipe and click on Edit Recipe button. Next, click on the trigger event and go to the Command Input field section to add a command input. A command input simply configures the bot to ask you for more information that can be used in later recipe steps. In this case, if we want the bot to ask for our name, we can define an input field called Name and click on Add Field. If we want to use this name in the bot reply, we can go to the Post Command Reply action to add the collected information in the message text. Click on the message text and the recipe data, which contains data pills from the previous step, will appear. Since we have defined a name field in the trigger event, we can use the name data pill under the parameters section from the trigger step. Simply drag and drop the data pill in the message text. You can configure the message to say, Hello, how are you? Followed by your name. Save and exit the recipe editor to start your recipe. Same as previously, let's go to Slack and put in the command, Hello Workato Workbot. Now you will notice that the bot asks you for the name before responding. Congratulations on creating your first recipe using Workbot for Slack. Let's review some key learnings for this lesson. For this lesson, we used a trigger app, Workbot for Slack, with the trigger event new command that consists of 3 keywords. Hello, Workato Workbot. The action app we used was Workbot for Slack, with the action event post command reply. For our command input, we inserted a parameter called name from the recipe data where we mapped it inside our message text. This brings us to the end of our 5th lesson. In the next lesson, we will build a more advanced workbot that can get details of a contact in your Salesforce application.